All right, let's see here. Just doing a live, just making sure everything is up and running. Here we go. Fantastic. Okay, hey guys, it is getting close to the Christmas season, and I just wanted to do this live right now. And I'm going to record this and put this in the Patreon club because, hey, I am a big fan of Christmas. And I know a lot of people say, hey, Jesse, it's a little early to be thinking about Christmas. But whenever, actually in 2020, when everything was shutting down and everything was happening, my family, we made, actually, it was my wife. I'll give my wife total credit for this. She made a point to say, okay, we're going to make this Christmas really special. And we put up decorations really early, and we had a lot of scented candles. It was just really an awesome Christmas. And it was one of the best Christmases ever. And so what I decided was, ultimately we learned that life is what you make it, right? And it's these little reminders um, that I think are really important. So I've got some Christmas gifts. I've got some Christmas gifts for my Patreon members and for those who have completed the Language of Breath online course. And so I want to just kind of announce this. If you're not a part of the Patreon club, just go to my website. I'll show you how to join here in just a minute. And you can also go to Patreon and find that on my landing page on YouTube. If you are on YouTube and you're watching this right now, you can join that. But there's going to be some Christmas gifts. So here are some gifts for the Patreon members and for anybody who's completed the Language of Breath online program. If you haven't done that, I'm going to show you how you can do it. And I'll give you an idea of how we can exchange gifts. I've got an opportunity to help exchange gifts this year. So first of all, I just want to share my screen with everybody. And let's see here. Here we go. There's my Patreon club. But I want to go to, this is my website. If you haven't seen, I don't know if you've ever seen my website before, but this is my website. And if you go to where it says courses, you're going to see there's a lot of courses here. And this is the Language of Breath course. This is my overall philosophy of breath work. This is an incredibly in-depth course. And let's see here. I'm just going to minimize this just for a second. Let's see. Of course, this makes it difficult, but we're going to make it happen. I'm doing this live. Let's see here. Bear with me. On my screen, I've got all these other functions that I have to deal with. All right. So if you use the Language of Breath, the complete Language of Breath course, many of you guys have already done that. You go to the Language of Breath. This is an incredibly in-depth course. And we're talking, it's about 7 weeks of very in-depth training. And we're talking about my overall philosophy of breath work as it applies to every aspect of breathing and every aspect of who you are, what are we as humans. And I challenge you to look at yourself in a completely new way. This course is full of all kinds of, we're talking, I put a lot of effort, and it's some of my best work in this course. So this is the Language of Breath. There's about 7 hours of instruction in this course, and it's a deep dive into not just, hey, this is how breathing works. It's deeper than that. The whole point of the Language of Breath is that we are more than just a mind and a body. We are ultimately, it's all one thing. We are 37.2 billion cells all working together, and we're trying to thrive and survive. And so this course takes you through ultimately a way of looking at yourself that is beyond the mind-body paradigm, and looking at yourself in a way that is what we really are. And that is a relationship between our conscious thinking self and our unconscious self, which is basically in charge of everything else, but it's all you. And when we learn how to combine, when we learn how to unify these two things, when we learn how to have a positive relationship with these two things, that is when we start to see profound changes. And it's these kinds of changes that you start to feel like a whole person. You experience a certain level of wholeness that is hard to explain. It's really kind of hard to explain. It's something that I try to explain as much as I can. I'm currently writing my book about it, which should be out in the fall of 2023. But this is the flagship course. This covers all the stuff, all the philosophy, and we talk about every which way you can look at breath work. And I know already I've had a lot of you guys get into this course. It is the first, if you wanted to become a breath worker in my breathwork program, this course is the first requirement for, you have to complete the course in order to be able to train with me. I'm actually currently in the open enrollment phase of the second class of the Language of Breath Breathworker program. And it's a complete certification. You can always reach out to me if you have questions on any of that. But basically, at the end of that course, if you complete the course, you get a certificate. Hey, I completed my course, hooray. But if you complete the course, you get a certificate of completion. And what I would like to do is offer you, if you have completed this course, I'd like to offer you, if you haven't done the course yet, stick around because I've got a gift for you as well. But for those of you guys who have already purchased the course, if you haven't already completed it, maybe this is the encouragement to complete it. If you complete the course, I would like to exchange Christmas gifts with you. And so all you need to do is send me in a testimonial. I would love it if you, this person, John Doe, is just a very handsome guy. Anyway, but this is just an example of what I'm looking for as a testimonial. And because it's difficult for me sometimes to explain what the course is or what's good about it and things. I can talk about it myself, but it means a lot more coming from someone who's actually taken the course. If you hated the course, well, then, okay, I'm sorry. But I get a lot of really positive feedback, but it's usually in instant messages and things like that. And it's usually whenever I'm like, I don't feel right asking, hey, would you mind writing a testimonial? I should probably, but anyway, but this gives you an opportunity. This is how I'd like to exchange Christmas presents with you. If you email me the testimonial, and hopefully you don't have to give me your picture, but it would be better if you did. And then email me a screenshot of your completion of the course. I will double check, of course, I'll make sure, because I can check to make sure that everybody's completed. So you can see, okay, 0% complete on this little thing, but I can always check to see if you're actually in the course. So don't get weird, guys. But anyway, but I want you to complete the course. I want you to actually experience all of it because it builds. And the thing is, at the beginning, it's all about really developing a foundation, which most of us just don't have, even if you've been practicing breath work for years. And when we don't have that, we're missing out on just about most of what breath work can do. And so basically, this is an opportunity to complete it. And if you do, I will send you a copy of this shirt. Here, let's go ahead and stop. I'm going to give you one of these shirts for free. This is the official Language of Breath official shirt. And so I'd like to send one of those to you for free, absolutely free, no shipping or anything like that. If you got to complete the course, okay, prove it to me that you completed the course with your certification of completion, your, I guess, certificate of completion at the end of the online course. And then just send me a present, right? A present, which is, and all I'm asking for is a testimonial. You do that, I'm going to send you a free t-shirt. These t-shirts are not cheap. I found out how expensive it is to make t-shirts. And so these t-shirts go for about $25 a piece. And if you've already purchased the course and you liked it, send me a present. I will send you a present. All you have to do is email me at my website. So all you have to do is just go to my website and go to contact, and you can just email me there, and you can type in your message, or you can just email me at, it says here, jesse@jessecoomer.com. We had to put it in there. Let's see, actually, am I sharing my screen? I'm not sharing my screen. This is genius, Jesse. Okay, so here it is. You go to my website and you click on contact, and then it brings you here. You can fill in this, or you can just email me directly at jesse@jessecoomer.com and send me the screenshot of your completion, and send me a recommendation or basically your endorsement of the course, saying, hey, it's awesome, or whatever you thought. Honestly, just give me your honest opinion. If you hated it, I'm sorry, please don't do that. That's not a great Christmas gift. I am open for constructive criticism, but I'd love to exchange a Christmas gift with you there. So that is if you've already purchased the course. Awesome. If you haven't purchased the course yet, for my Patreon members, I would like to give you a present. So for my Patreon members, I have created a course called The Foundations of the Language of Breath. And you can find that at my website, jessecoomer.com, in the courses section. And this is a course that I do sell. It's for $50 if you were to purchase. And it is basically a small version of the course that you'll eventually be able to take as language of breath. It's designed to kind of get a person started with breath work. The reason why I made this course in the first place was just because I know that there's a lot of people who are, they're not really sure they want to get into breath work. They're not really sure about what is this whole, breath work thing all about. So it's a course that is designed to be taken within 1 hour, and it will get you into what can be a lifelong breathwork practice. I also provide guided breathwork sessions in the course, so you can always go back to those anytime you like. Now, if you're in the Patreon club, you already have 100 of my guided courses, but there are some of them that I created just for this course, and you have access to those. And I want to give everybody in my Patreon club this for free. So underneath this post in the Patreon club, you will see a coupon code where you will get this course absolutely free just for being in the Patreon club. And that is a present that I would like to give to you. If you like this course, if you're like, hey, I wasn't sure I wanted to take your course, Jesse, but you're not such a bad teacher after all, there is a option down here where you can get a coupon code to take the full 6-week course for $50 off. So people normally buy this for $50, and then they get that money toward the full course. That way they don't have to buy 2 things, to progress. That's why I designed it that way. But I'm going to give it to everybody, and everyone in the Patreon club gets this for free. And that's between now and January 1st. Everyone in the Patreon club gets it for free. And then on top of that, when you join, you got to finish it. Okay, so I actually finished this mini class. There is a $50 coupon code right here at the very end that will take you to $50 off if you want to take the complete Language of Breath online course. And that is right here on my site. There's instructions, and it's actually incredibly easy to access all of that once you get there. So again, I'm big into the Christmas season, and so all the holidays are good. I've always enjoyed holidays, but my favorite holiday is the Christmas season. So this year I'm giving a present to everybody that is in my club, everybody that's in the Patreon club. I am just really thankful for you guys. You have made it possible for me to do the job that I do. And you've also made it possible for me to come out. Recently, I came out with a course just for people recovering from addiction. It's called Recovery Breath. And it costs a lot of money to upkeep and create all these courses. But this was something I've been wanting to do for a long time. I've just never had the financial stability to do it. And because of the Patreon club, I was able to create this with a free option. So recovery breath is something, if you're recovering from drug addiction, there's different options here. Actually, let me share this with you guys. I have a hard time remembering that I'm not sharing. So I apologize. So this is recovery breath. This is also available on my website right here. And if you know anyone who's recovering from addiction, this is something that I do have payment options. And it is one of those things where research does show that if you pay for something, you're more likely to take it seriously and find it valuable and actually complete it and make it part of your life. So I do have the payment options, which I encourage people to do, not just because I'm trying to make money, but because I know it is very true that when you pay money for something, you're more likely to use it. But I do have a free option right here. And so if you're someone who's recovering from addiction, this is something that you can have for free. And I've done this only because I know that the Patreon club has been there to support me financially so that this can be paid for. This is something that I don't have to worry. I know that my Patreon tribe is there, and I've also been asked. So this is something that people in the Patreon tribe had asked about in the past. Hey, can you help me? I've got a friend or a family member who's suffering from addiction. This is the course that I produced specifically for that. And it goes into a lot of the things that I wish I would have known, actually, because I don't know how much you guys know about me, but I had an addiction problem myself. And that was almost 13 years ago. But it was a severe, it was a long 10-year journey with addiction that I am so happy that is over. And so I created this course specifically for those who are going through what I went through almost 13 years ago. So guys, again, just to recap, I'm huge into the Christmas spirit, and I've always been a Christmas guy. My birthday is in December as well. So December is just a great month. But now that it's November, so November and December, it's Christmas season. And everyone who's in the Patreon club, whether you joined a year ago or whether you joined today, you get access to the foundations of the language of breath absolutely free. That is right here on my website. Normally $50, and generally I sell it for $50, but that one is going to be absolutely free to you. And if you like it and you want to move forward, you can do the language of breath, the complete course. And if you like that and you want to go teach it and share breathwork with the world, you can also apply after that to become a breath worker in my certification program. So a lot of Christmas stuff. And then of course, if you've already done the language of breath program, I would love to trade Christmas presents with you. We'll do a Christmas present in exchange. And all you have to do is complete the course. I want you to complete the course, send in a testimonial or some kind of a positive feedback, and I will send you a copy of this shirt, of the official Language of Breath t-shirt. All right, guys, that's all for right now. Thank you so much for being in the Patreon club. If you're a member, if you're not a member of the Patreon club, join us. Join us. We are an amazing group of people that are from all around the world who get together regularly. We have a monthly Zoom call where I guide everyone through breath work of different styles. Whenever you join, you already get access to a huge catalog, my complete catalog of guided breath work, which is 100 strong and growing. In addition to that, we have other tiers, such as a tier where you get a tip of the month for breathing, so breath tip of the month. And then every month I do a Patreon specific Q&A. So there's a tier where you get to ask me anything and I will tell you whatever it is that you want to know. So we've got all kinds of cool things. And then of course, now I like to try to spoil my Patreon club a little bit. So you get the course for absolutely free. And I wish you a Merry Christmas or Happy Holidays, whatever it is that you celebrate. Big love, big hugs from the Midwest.